Hello everyone. Thank you for coming back to backtokidagain.com. Please like, share with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell to be notified when we have a new story. Thank you. Now please listen and enjoy the story, The Legend of Lạc Long Quân and O Ko. A long time ago, in the region of Linh Nam, there was a chieftain named Lok Tuk, also known as King Kim Dung. He possessed extraordinary strength and had the ability to move through water as effortlessly as on land. One day, while visiting Dongdin Lake, King Kim Dung met Long Nu, the daughter of the Dragon King. They became husband and wife, and not long after, they had a son named Sung Lum. As he grew up, Sung Lum became incredibly strong. He could lift a massive boulder with just one hand. Like his father, he also had the ability to traverse water as easily as land. Upon inheriting his father's position, he took the title Lạc Long Quân. At that time, the land of Linh Nam was still wild and dangerous, with constant threats. Determined to bring peace, Lạc Long Quân set out on a journey across the land. When he reached the southeastern coast, he encountered a giant fish known as Ngu Tin. This monstrous fish had lived for centuries, measuring over 50 trung, around 160 meters, in length. Its tail was like a sail, and its mouth was large enough to swallow 10 people at once. When it swam, towering waves rose, sinking passing boats and consuming their passengers. The local fishermen feared this creature greatly. Ngu Tin lived in a massive cave at the bottom of the sea, surrounded by high rocky mountains that divided the coastal region. Determined to rid the people of this threat, Lạc Long Quân devised a plan. He built a sturdy boat and forged a large, sharp-edged iron block, heating it until it was red-hot. Then, he rowed toward Ngu Tin, pretending to throw a person into its mouth. As the monster eagerly opened wide to swallow its prey, Lạc Long Quân hurled the burning iron into its throat. Ngu Tin, in excruciating pain, thrashed wildly, trying to resist, but Lạc Long Quân swiftly drew his sword and cut the creature into 3 pieces. The head of Ngu Tin transformed into a sea dog. Lạc Long Quân blocked its escape and killed it, tossing its remains onto a mountain, which later became known as Khao Dao Sun, Doghead Mountain. The middle section drifted to Man Khao, now called Khao Dao Tui, Doghead Waters. As for the tail, Lạc Long Quân skinned it and covered an island in the sea, which to this day is known as Bok Long Vi, White Dragon Tail. After defeating Ngu Tin, Lạc Long Quân traveled to Long Bien. There, he encountered a 9-tailed fox demon known as Ho Tin, which had lived for over 1,000 years and had gained supernatural powers. It dwelled in a deep cave at the foot of a rocky mountain west of Long Bien. This cunning creature often disguised itself as a human to infiltrate villages and abduct young women. The people of the region, from Long Bien to Tan Bien Mountain, lived in fear. Many abandoned their farms and homes, seeking refuge elsewhere. Moved by their plight, Lạc Long Quân took up his sword and went to the demon's lair. As soon as he arrived, the monster lunged at him. Lạc Long Quân used his magic to summon fierce storms and lightning to trap the beast. After 3 days and nights of battle, Ho Tin, weakened and desperate, tried to escape. But Lạc Long Quân pursued and beheaded it. Its true form, a massive 9-tailed fox, was revealed. Lạc Long Quân then entered its cave, rescued the surviving captives, and ordered the water spirits to flood the lair. The river surged like a waterfall, demolishing the mountain and turning the fox's den into a deep lake, later called Jacques Cao Pond, now known as West Lake. With the region safe again, people returned to their homes, cultivating the land and building villages, one of which was named Ho Village, which still exists today. Continuing his journey, Lạc Long Quân traveled to Phong Châu, a mountainous region. There, he encountered another fearsome being, Mok Tin, an ancient tree spirit. Once a grand sandalwood tree, it had withered over time and turned into a malevolent entity. Unlike the previous monsters, Mok Tin had no fixed dwelling. It roamed the forests, constantly changing form to ambush and devour people. The land was filled with the sounds of sorrow and despair. Determined to eliminate this threat, Lạc Long Quân ventured deep into the forests, tirelessly tracking the monster. After battling for 100 days and nights, he struggled to defeat it. Finally, he used powerful gongs and drums, whose thunderous sounds terrified Mok Tin, forcing it to flee southwest. That region became known as Quy Sung Quang, the land of the frenzied demon. With the monsters vanquished, Lạc Long Quân turned his attention to the people, who still lived in hardship. They wore tree bark for clothing, slept on straw mats, and survived on wild plants and raw food. Lạc Long Quân taught them how to cultivate rice, cook in bamboo tubes, build stilt houses to avoid wild beasts, and form families. Grateful for his kindness, the people built a magnificent palace for him on a high mountain. However, Lạc Long Quân preferred to reside in the underwater realm of his ancestors, instructing the people, "If ever you face danger, call for me, and I will return immediately." One day, De Lai, a ruler from the north, led an army southward, bringing his beautiful daughter, Ao Ke, and many servants. Enchanted by the fertile land and abundant resources, he ordered fortresses to be built, intending to settle permanently. The local people, suffering under his rule, called out, "Father, please return and save us!" In an instant, Lạc Long Quân reappeared. He transformed into a handsome young man and, accompanied by hundreds of attendants, entered De Lai's residence. There he met Ao Ke, whose beauty was unparalleled. She fell in love with him and willingly followed him to his mountain palace. When De Lai returned and discovered his daughter missing, he sent his soldiers to search for her, but Lạc Long Quân unleashed fierce beasts to block their path. Terrified, De Lai withdrew his army and retreated to the north. Lạc Long Quân and Ao Ke lived happily together, and she soon gave birth, not to a single child, but to a giant sack. After 7 days, the sack hatched into 100 eggs, from which 100 sons were born. These children grew at an extraordinary rate, becoming strong and intelligent young men. Despite their happiness, Lạc Long Quân longed for the sea. One day, he bid farewell to Ao Ke and his sons, transforming into a dragon and soaring into the clouds. Heartbroken, Ao Ke and her children called after him, but he did not return. Desperate, she climbed a high mountain and cried out, "Husband, why have you left us to suffer alone?" Moved by her sorrow, Lạc Long Quân reappeared. Ao Ke pleaded, "I was born in the mountains, and together we have raised 100 sons, yet you abandoned us without a word." Lạc Long Quân explained, "I am of the dragon race, while you are of the fairy kind. We cannot stay together forever. Let us divide our children. 50 will go with me to the sea, and 50 will remain with you in the mountains. They shall rule their respective lands. If ever in danger, we shall aid one another." Thus, their sons spread across the land, becoming the ancestors of the Bach Viet people. The eldest son remained in Phong Châu, founding the kingdom of Van Lang and taking the title Hung Vuong. He established 15 provinces and governed wisely. From this legend, the Vietnamese people proudly trace their lineage to the dragon and fairy.